Welcome back to the Plastic Disasta channel. The next fascinating bird we're going to look at is Rodan, the winged titan who appeared in the 2019 movie Godzilla, King of the Monsters, also known as the Fire Demon. How's it going, guys? It is Plastic Disasta, and holy moly, I haven't done a kaiju review in a long while. Or if you prefer another term, Titans in the Monsterverse continuity. Now, if you've been subscribed to me for a while now, I do have the Godzilla figure, but that is not in the Monsterverse continuity. The Godzilla I have is in the Heisei continuity. The question is, do they still look good together? Well, let's find out. And to get the question out of the way, what do I think of the movie? Well, I'll tell you this. It is the weakest one in my opinion. Weak human interactions, but fantastic monster fights. I think the 1998 Godzilla has better acting than the 2019 King of the Monsters movie. So let's get on with the review with my favorite kaiju, well, other than Godzilla. So looking at the box art, we have Rodan awakening from his volcano, attacking some airplanes. We got some nice dusty cloud going on there. Of course, you know it's from the Monsterverse, and you know what movie it's from, and his name right down there. Take a look at this side of the box. You can see it is the 65-year anniversary from 1954 through 2019. A familiar movie logo, and feel free to read this if you like, and a familiar art. Take a look at this side of the box. We've already seen these, and what the figure is gonna give us. Take a look at the back of the box. We actually see a figure of Rodan, and right here are the other monsters, and I would love to get Mothra and Godzilla. And yes, I wish I would collect them all. And opening the box, yeah, when it opens like that, it means you know it's gonna be fancy, even though I got this figure for like, I believe it was like, what, less than 30 bucks? You can look at this side of the box. We have the figure of Rodan on display, and I'm not sure there is a light-up feature, but we'll see. And on the right side of the box, we have the figure itself, and let's get this open. Yeet! And here is Rodan out of the box after one tedious unboxing. And holy moly, once again, because the painting, the sculpting, and the design is amazing on this figure. What I really like about Rodan is so unique. Now, if you've seen the movie, you know he's been sleeping in a volcano for like so many years. Which brings me the color for this figure. Now, I am doing my best to get it right with the lighting, but I promise you the figure is not as dark as what you see on camera. The look of Rodan almost kind of gives me some Shin Godzilla vibes, if you know what I'm saying. Like black and crusty and hints of red or something like that, but instead of red, it's orange with tiny bits of yellow. Once again, NECA did a really great job of painting this figure in, but the only problem with this is, yeah, another missed opportunity of NECA's part. They should have painted the claws and the talons down there like a dirty gold or something. But what I do really appreciate is the tiny paint on the eyes, and I gotta say, that is some good work right there. As for proportions of this figure, I gotta say, it's pretty much spot on compared to the movie. I do wish Rodan could do more in the movie. All he is just a servant. So enough with the painting and the sculpting of Rodan. Let's talk about the accessories, which would be the action-based stand. If you didn't miss the unboxing, you know it's already disassembled and you had to put it together. And unfortunately, there is no light-up feature on this base. What the hell? But if you think about it, that would inflate the price just a little bit. It's just that these guys at NECA did a really bang-up job when it comes to photo shoots. Now, the tip of the volcano part of the action-based stand is really great. I especially love the dry brush effect. Especially the little, I think what's it called? The outpost or something like that. That is really well done, even down to the tiniest detail. But what I really don't like is two things: the explosion and the action base itself. Now, the explosion, yeah, it looks fine from the distance, but it looks like they just slather paint on the explosion to make it look convincing, and to me it doesn't really. And what's wrong with the action base stand is that it's in a fixed position. If you want to display Rodan like this, that's not going to happen. He's only stuck in a flying position like this. Not like it's a bad thing, but I just wish it could do more. The final accessory we're going to look at is the open mouth Rodan. Once again, really great job on the painting and the sculpting. And here's what Rodan looks like with the mouth open. I gotta say, yes, it does look great, but I wish it could have the mouth opening mechanism like how they did with the Godzilla figures. That way, I don't have to worry about losing an accessory. Articulation, there is a ball joint on the head and a ball joint on the base of the neck, so you can have wide variety of movement. Of course, the wings can flap, rotate just slightly, and this part can go in and out, and the leg is on a ball joint. So overall, the articulation of this figure is, I say, slightly below average. Unfortunately, it can't stand on its own, so you can't do the bowing down pose, and yeah. Hey guys, it's editing Plastic Disasta. I managed to have Rodan to stand without the action base stand, and you'll see that I managed to do it on the size comparison, but I still wish that Rodan has a bit more articulation. I also forgot to mention that on my copy, the wings are a bit loose. I'm not sure if it's just me, but if you guys are having problems, let me know in the comments below. Size comparisons, here he is right next to the high grade 1144th RX-72 Gundam, and the Earthrise / Kingdom Optimus Prime. And here he is right next to my previous review, or another fellow bird, Air Razor. And finally, here he is right next to the king of the monsters, Godzilla. Now, going back to the question I asked earlier, even though these two monsters are from different continuities, do they still look good together? Yes. Yes, they do. Oh, I do wish Rodan's a little taller because in the King of the Monsters movie, he's only 46 meters tall. Alright, now that you've seen everything, let's move on to my final thoughts. Alright, let's quickly recap this. So you get great design, great sculpting, and great painting. But you get slightly below average articulation and an action-based stand which doesn't do much. Okay, so maybe I sound a little too harsh on this figure. Yeah, it's a small figure, so of course there are gonna have to be some compromises. And knowing that the action-based stand is stuck at one position, I can kind of understand that Rodan does belong in the air. So overall, it's not terrible. Because I feel like this figure is only meant for display, not for play. And speaking of display, try not to knock him over because the action base is not the most secure. But then again, NECA is for people who are 14 and over. But I can still say that you can pick this figure up if you're a completionist or a kaiju fan. Okay, that about wraps up the review. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want to see more reviews, be sure to subscribe and check out my previous reviews. And also, check out my NECA 1994 Godzilla review as well. And while you're at it, check out the Shattered Glass story that TFG and I worked on together. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, drop them down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Now, my Gundam fans, the moment you've been waiting for.